Welcome to another episode on our channel. This is not how we usually do our episodes. I usually have the figure right about here somewhere, and then we get it on a turn tray, and then we get better close-ups of it. But the reality is I'm not going to move this thing, this Iron Man figure. I really wanted this Iron Man figure, the one with the Tony Stark head on it. You can get a figure like this with the helmeted version, but I really wanted the Tony Stark head. And this is 2 of 3 pieces, so I wanted it to go with Captain America. And I was considering at the time getting Thor as well, but haven't done so yet. That goes with this particular Endgame set. But I finally, after looking for this particular Iron Man, I finally found one in England that I purchased. And I spent more for it than I would normally spend for any. It's the most expensive thing I've ever bought in terms of a statue or a figure, anything like that. But it had the Tony Stark head, and that's what I wanted. But when I got it, the box was really beat up compared to how the box looked before it was sent. And when I plugged it in, it wouldn't work. It didn't light up. And I was horribly devastated because I spent a lot on it, and I wanted it, to be in good working order, and it wasn't. So I contacted the person I purchased it from and said, I really need to return it. The box is messed up and it doesn't light up. And he said, just put in a claim to eBay. They'll take care of it. And I said, you're sure? And he said, yeah, go ahead and do that. And so I did, and sent them the pictures of the box and told them it didn't light up. And they refunded me for the item. And then I asked, who do I send it back to? I don't send it back to him, right? I send it to you guys, right? And they said, no, you can do with it whatever you want, give it away, sell it, keep it, whatever you want to do. It's yours. And I said, really? That thought had not raced through my brain. That's what happened way back when. I don't know if they still do that sort of thing, but so I got him free, but he still didn't light up. So I put him in the package, and I thought, well, maybe I'll try to sell him. I'll have to list that he doesn't work and all that stuff, and the box is pretty chewed up and all that stuff. And I was thinking about doing that and trying to get it one that actually did work. And then I took it out again and tried to plug it back in. And for a second, when I was messing with it, 1 second, like just a brief second, one of the lights flickered on, and I went like, maybe it's not completely dead. Maybe it's the connection. And I don't know how long I fidgeted and fidgeted with positioning it, just over and over and over and over again. I don't know how long I worked with trying to find a good position for it to light up, but probably 45 minutes or so, and boom, I found the right angle and the right placement of the foot. It's not nestled in there like it should be. It's really off center. So I have a rock in here that you may or may not be able to see, but it tells me that it needs to go this far back and at this angle, But even today when I turned it on, only this lit up at first. And I went like, oh no, I'm going to have to fidget with this thing to get the lights and the hands on and the chest on, and if I get them on at all. And then my husband, he was dusting it a little bit, and boom, those lights came on. I went like, oh, good. I'm not going to touch it now. It works. So So I'm not moving it to the table. I'm just going to keep it right there, and we'll get some close-ups of it so you can see it a bit better. But we won't do the roundabout stuff. It's pretty nice looking though. I really wanted this figure, and I'm really glad I got this figure. And the irony of it is I got it for free, but it's not in great working order. I don't really want to move it because my darkest fear is if I move it, maybe I'll lose that connection forever. You don't know. So I'm not moving it. So there he is. So we'll pause now and get some tighter close-ups so at least you can see him a bit better. So the first thing I want to show you is where his foot is in the rock right here. That basically tells me I need to move his foot back maybe a ½ inch from where it should be. So that rock is just a reminder of placement. And then you have to get the right angle. So that's just placement, not angle. But right now the lights do work, and the rock helps me figure out where I need to start. So we'll pause now and get a better look at him in his entirety, and then his upper body, and then his face. So here's a tighter shot of him. And I mean, he's majestic. The colors are bright and vibrant. The lights are awesome. This is the only one that lights up. And when it works, it's great. I just don't want to risk it not working. So yeah, I love the face as well. We'll get some tighter close-ups now of his upper body and then of his face. Normally you're not consumed about lights, but in this case, the lights really make this statue pop. And again, the colors are vibrant. The facial features, that is Tony Stark from my perspective. So yeah, we're not turning him around, but again, my fear is I may not ever get those lights back on. I just don't want to take that risk right now. So anyway, we'll pause now and get a tighter close-up of his face. Here's a nice close-up of his face sculpt. There is some blood running down from his eyebrow. There's some weathering on the uniform that's more evident. I just love this piece though. I would never give it away because not only do I like the piece, but the story behind it is pretty precious to me. Here's one last look at Iron Man, Tony Stark, with his colleagues. I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day.